What's up guys, Eric here from Techisode TV, and today we've got the iPhone SE 2nd generation on the left and the iPhone 11 Pro Max 512GB version on the right. This is the cheapest phone Apple has ever released against their most expensive phone. And today we're going to find out if you can get the speed of a $1,449 device out of a $399 device. Both of these phones have the A13 Bionic processor, so I'm expecting them to perform comparably fast with opening apps, but reloading apps will be a toss-up as I don't know how much RAM is on the iPhone SE. First things first, we need to make sure there are no apps open in the background. And there aren't, so we're good to start the test. Right off the bat, the iPhone SE looks like it opens settings slower than the iPhone 11 Pro Max, but the Apple Care Plus section is actually a notification within settings. If you look at my initials in the upper left corner, they load at the exact same time, so I'm not giving a point to either phone for this one. So the way this test works is I'm going to be opening 28 apps on both devices to see which phone can open apps the fastest. Then I'm going to be going backwards through the apps to see which phone can keep the most apps open in RAM. At the top, you'll see a counter to show you which phone is opening apps faster. The video is filmed at 60 frames per second, and I'll be watching this replay frame by frame to determine which phone completely finished loading the apps first. If the phones open apps within about an eighth to a quarter of a second of each other, neither phone will get a point because that could just be the difference in time it takes to press one screen versus the other. And I know that fair tests are extremely important to you guys, so if you check the description, you'll see a full list of everything I did to make this as fair of a test as possible. And I highly recommend checking that list out because I did a lot of different things. Here, it looked like the iPhone 11 Pro Max opened Harmony first, but when you count from the moment each finger tapped the screen to open the app, it was actually only a 1 frame difference, which is 1/60th of a second, hence why I didn't give a point to the iPhone 11 Pro Max. In the case of the Philips Hue app, the difference was only 1/10 of a second, so I didn't give a point to the iPhone SE, but if a 1/10 of a second really matters to you, add 1 point to the iPhone SE at the end. No phone gets a point with Pages Manager because they both finished loading the new inbox number at the exact same time. For Disney Plus, the iPhone SE starts loading the page second, but finishes loading it first. The difference with AutoTrader is less than 1/10 of a second, so I didn't give a point to the iPhone 11 Pro Max here. But again, if less than the amount of time it takes you to blink matters to you, give the iPhone 11 Pro Max an extra point at the end. Alright, now we start the RAM test. Same deal here. There's a tally at the top to keep track of which phone has reloaded the most apps. Obviously, the lower the number, the better. And in case you guys are wondering, this is playing back in real time to give you guys a good idea of how fast these phones are. Alright, so I've had a chance to watch the replay frame by frame and add the scores into the video, and I'm completely blown away. Not only could a $399 phone keep up with a $1,449 phone, but it even opened some apps faster, and neither phone reloaded any apps. It's just amazing how closely matched these two phones are. Even when one phone opened an app faster than another, it was less than a quarter of a second difference. So what's the takeaway? Apple's charging way too much for their top tier iPhone 11 Pro Max. All right. I'm just kidding, guys. Well, I'm sort of kidding. What's not reflected here is the fact that you get 2 extra cameras with the iPhone 11 Pro Max, much more storage with the $1,449 model, a vastly larger screen to body ratio, a higher resolution, brighter and significantly more vibrant screen, better speakers, more premium materials, better battery life, a higher water resistance rating, and Face ID, just to name a few. So the real takeaway is that this idea that you need to spend a crazy amount of money to have a super fast phone is entirely false, and the iPhone SE proves that. If you don't care about having a huge screen, having multiple cameras on the back of your phone, and you've already forgotten about animojis, then the iPhone SE is an incredible bargain that's easy to recommend. Let me know what other phones you guys think are incredible bargains in the comments down below, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss another upload. That's it for this Techisode. God bless, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.